After removing all the packaging, here's what we got. Instruction manual. Got some hardware for the ceiling mount, wire nuts for the electrical connection. I'm pushing the excess wire into this unit. You want to get these nice and straight. If you crook it, it will cross thread and it will tighten right away. That will let you know to remove it and try again. And I would just snug them up. One down. Show that again. That's a lot of excess. Some of them might be getting difficult because they're bunching up against each other. Best you can. Don't force it. Electrical wire can chafe. That's right. And then the tube just spins around the wire. It's not damaging it. The wire dictates where they go because they're right in line with it. Now it's more clear, and you're just bunching that wire up in that tube. And it just lines right up. Now snug them all up, and we're ready for the main. So this will dictate how high you want it. You've got a short one here, I believe it's 6 inches, and the rest of them are 12. I'll remove this because it's making a bunch of noise. That's the ceiling mount. So, if you want to remove a section of this, you take this nut off.
Hold up! Do not remove that nut. In fact, do not even remove the ring. I made a mistake doing the video. This light is already installed, so I'm trying to clarify. You don't need to remove the nut and that ring. You leave the ring attached and then you remove this section with the outer ring attached. It all comes off in one piece. And throughout the video, when you see this end piece being removed, it's always attached to the flange. So I'll just let the video play out. You'll see throughout the video the flange is detached and it don't need to be. It's much easier. This is a case where I didn't look at the instructions. Well, duh.
So for now, I'm going to put it together just the way it is. And just screw it together here. Pretty simple. Pretty cool setup. So, where's all this excess going to go? I can pull the wire out the top. Let's do that. That's perfect. You're pulling on this end and it drops right down. We've got something here. Oh my goodness. I just noticed this is loose. So this is removable. So you can get inside this tubing. If the wires are bunching up, push them around where needed. See that? There's some bunched up wires in there. It all looks good. It went straight up out the top. Here's where you take a measurement. How low you want the light from the ceiling. You can measure from the end or the center of where you'd like it to land to here. I want to be between 29 and 36, so I need to remove a 12-inch section. This end piece is removable. Clamp tight here, turn. Slides right over the wire. Then, this is the short piece, 6-inch. Recheck the measurement. So here's the 12-inch piece. If I put the 6 in here, I'll be at 38. So if I'm in the center, it'd be around 36. I'm going to go that route. I'll remove this one. Hey, twist these together nice and smooth. And I just noticed this is threaded on each end, so this always has to be the tail of the unit. That threads on to these rods, and then this threads on here. I noticed this piece is a little tighter on the wire, so it can bunch up. If it bunches up, it won't move. Pull back, pull on this, and spin as you go, and keep the wire nice and straight. You can recheck the measurement at this point. I'm good. Quick note, if you purchase the unit and you don't need to remove any of these sections, assemble this together, put this in position, then you're ready to mount to the ceiling. I'm showing this as if it's on the ceiling. This will be mounted to a box, and then these legs here go through. Then from the underside, you got the 2 decorative black caps, screw on. Before mounting the unit to the ceiling, I like to discuss light bulbs. I decided to go with a Walmart brand. That way, if I didn't like the temperature, how they looked, I could easily return it, try something else. However, my theory is I went with daylight, but a low wattage, 25 watt. That way I'll get a bright white look, but not real bright in the room because it'll be an entranceway, part of the living area. Preview looks pretty cool. I went with the solid globe instead of seeing the element. Matter of preference. I purchased the light unit at Amazon. I'll also include a link for the globes. I've got the wall switch set to the off position, but you want to double check if you have power anywhere. If there was power present, the light would change red and beep. Sometimes they send power the other direction. I have no power. I'll put a link in the description for this unit. You can also use a meter. So there's no power. And if it was screwed in, you just remove the screws. Then these wire nuts. And this here is the ground wire, already disconnected. It's got paint on it. I'll have to clean that. I've got the paint cleaned off the wires, and you take this unit with the studs facing down and line it up with the screw holes. It's adjustable, you can move it around to fit, and then you just tighten your screws. And we got a bare wire that hooks onto this bare wire. That's the ground coming from the electrical panel. And if I wrap it enough times, I could probably hang the light so I can do the wiring easier. I've got it wrapped many times, and then it comes out even at the end. Install your wire nut. The light unit is hanging from this ground wire, using it as support to do this connection. You can also hold tension on it. You don't want to just let it hang all the weight on there. The white wire coming from the light unit, N for neutral, white, neutral. Good. Black coming from the light unit, labeled L, it means line. Black, line, hot wire, this is your power wire coming from the electrical panel. You don't want any bare wire showing past the wire nut. If you do, snip it shorter, redo the wire nut. You can also tape them for extra caution. I've got the majority of wires tucked up in the box, and then you get this green ground lug, and you just wrap the ground around that lug. Needle nose pliers, cinch that wire around the lug and then tighten. And just bring it on up. There's room for the wire in here. Line up your holes with the studs. There's 1, 2. Install decorative caps. Snug tight against the ceiling. Give it a test. Nice. So it's almost dark out, so that's how it's going to look. It's almost in line with the window. It's a little low, but if I take out a 12, it might be too high. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Hope this has helped someone. If you'd like to see the installation of this fan unit, which is remote, or how I created this arch and those openings, I'll provide a link